Contrary to popular belief, your friend who always eats the burger and does 30-minute mat Pilates and stays stick thin effortlessly, she doesn't just have a quote-unquote fast metabolism. What she is doing is at least burning as many calories in a day to even out what she's consuming. So if you want to be the girly like that and you're tired of wondering why you can't do the same thing, here are some quick and easy tips that can really help speed up your metabolism, when in reality, it's just things that you can be conscious of that help you burn more calories throughout the day. The very first thing we're going to do is eat more protein, and I'm not talking about in a add a whole chicken breast to your diet sort of way. I'm talking about make the majority of your diet made up of protein percentage-wise. So if you're somebody who's eating 2,000 calories, right, we don't want to increase our calorie amount to 2,200 to eat more protein. If your goal is like fat loss or weight loss, we want to make the majority of our diet made up of protein, right? That means if you're eating 20% of protein within a 2,000 calorie diet, we want to maybe increase that to 30% protein within the same amount of calories without adding calories to your diet. The reason why this is so beneficial is your body literally has to work twice as hard to break down protein in comparison to other macros. So when the majority of your diet is made up of protein, your body burns more calories by literally physically breaking it down and digesting it in your stomach. So you're working a lot smarter, not harder here whenever you're causing your body to burn more calories just by doing digestion of what it would normally digest. Next one that is so underrated is literally fidgeting, standing, and just doing small movements throughout the day that you think wouldn't make a big difference. There are literally studies that show that some people have a biological response to eating more, and their body just naturally puts them in a state of more movement throughout the day, and some people don't have that, which means that some people are just naturally better at burning more calories. And so if you don't have that response naturally, then creating that response is really going to help increase your metabolism or increase how many calories you burn throughout the day. This quite literally can just be like moving your hands around, moving your knee under the table, moving your feet, like small movements like that throughout the day. If you're somebody who does them very frequently, have a huge impact. Next, and this is just a cute little tip, if you're not somebody who drinks caffeine on a fat loss journey, honestly, I would recommend it. Caffeine does just naturally have an effect that helps speed up fat loss slightly. So if you're somebody who's not drinking it and you implement a small dosage, it actually can really help. Something that has a slight effect that's not too serious, but that you could do is keeping your house colder. Colder temperatures just generally make your body work a little bit harder to keep you warm and to heat you up. Is this going to make a dramatic difference? No, but added on top of a couple other things, obviously it can slightly help, right? And then the last and most important one is going to be building more muscle. Now, I do think that there's like a common misconception that if you have more muscle mass on your body, you're going to burn a huge more amount of calories than if you don't. It's not an insane difference. However, if you look at somebody whose body fat percentage is way higher compared to somebody who has a lot more muscle on their frame and is more majority muscle just burns more calories overall. So the more muscle that you put on your frame, the more calories you're going to burn throughout the day just at rest, which is obviously working in your advantage. So when you're resistance training and working on building more muscle and putting more muscle on your frame, just by chilling and doing nothing, your body is going to be burning more calories than compared to if you didn't have that muscle mass on your body.